This video is going to be about fixing my Lionel ZW series transformer that basically this handle jumps gears. And so I'm going to open up here and show you how to take it apart. So basically you take the 4 screws out first. As my analysis is showing, this plastic bracket that holds the potentiometers is just not stout enough. So I'm going to take it out, model it on my CAD program, measure it all up, and stiffen it. I'm a mechanical engineer, so I know how to do that. And so I got the bracket out. Now all I have to do is use an Allen key to take off the gears, and then I'm going to take off the potentiometers and make sure that I don't confuse them. And I'm going to take the bracket and measure it up and put it in my CAD system. It's fairly thick, but it still bends. So it has a little boss on the back that looks like that's to help keep it from bending. And then the front, there is a little lip in this metal bracket below that I'll have to accommodate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build up the front section. First I'm going to model it totally on my CAD program and start with that, and then I'm going to start figuring out where to add material. So I've made a second part, which is basically a bearing that's under that plate. I'll take the plate off and show you the bearing that I made also on my 3D printer. So I've removed that bracket. Now very carefully lift this out, and then basically the black wire wraps around the gear like that. You could see my bearing. So basically I've applied some oil. Basically I put this item in here, which goes between these two bosses. It's a cylindrical thing that holds down the shaft. And so I had to sand the top surface a little bit to get it to fit well, which you probably do need to do with a 3D part. But that really improves how stiff this whole mechanism is. So if you're having a problem with your handles being really loose, especially the accessory handle, that's an indicator of that. Everything is very tight. And you know that's tight when this accessory ring doesn't really move back and forth. And so you'll have to adjust it by sanding it to get just the right fit you want. The original bracket is this one here, and it has these raised areas in the back. And this one, which is my new bracket, has that whole raised section lifted up, and it's also much thicker. So it should basically be a lot stiffer. Here's on like this, and then tighten them with the set screw. Tighten the set screw with the Allen key. Just counterclockwise till they stop. Set your handles to the off position, both for the accessory terminal and for the throttle. I haven't tightened the screws yet, so holding your thumb down on here, adjust the throttle, make sure everything works. That can go the whole distance. If you notice that it doesn't hit the hard stop, you probably don't have the potentiometers rotated counterclockwise all the way, or you don't have the handles at the 0 position. In the past, with the old bracket, that gear would move toward the back as I advanced the throttle. It no longer does that.